What's up, everybody? Today we're replacing a reverse light on a 2020 Nissan Rogue. So that reverse light right in there, I'm going to do both because you might as well do them both at the same time on something like this. They are the 921 bulbs, and let's go. So we've got to open it up and we've got to take off this entire panel, which should be fun. First things first, you got to take this out. Take one of these. Come on. Pop that out. You got these two. Again. Pop the center out, and they should pull right out. Now what you're going to do is take this pry tool. It's just really strong, thick plastic, and you're going to go around the edge of this whole panel here. It ends about halfway up the window here. Shouldn't have to pry too hard, but there's these little plastic push pins, so try not to break them. If you do, go to the auto parts store, get a little baggie of them to replace them. Otherwise, just take it easy and slow. All right, that's the inside of your panel. Like I said, you've got these little pins here. Obviously, a couple of them came off. So we're just going to pry those out right here, right there, and we'll slide them back into their holes. All right, so we've got, again, these little clips. These could kind of work, you know? These could kind of work, but the end that slides in to these little holes is kind of snapped. So I need 3 of them. We'll have to make a run for those. But I'm going to get the bulbs replaced, make sure they work, and then we'll go get the new clips. Okay, so it's going to be this outside bulb. Okay, so this should just twist out, but it's being difficult. So there's 3 bolts. Right here, and right here to the whole light. We're just going to take it all the way out and see what's going on. All right, finally got it. this bulb right here. I don't know if you can see in there. Yep, there we go. It's busted. So once you finally get that out, I had to use some little pliers, but it just pops out like that. We're going to take the new one, inspect it. Looks like the filament's all connected, and then put it right in there. And then the same way you twisted it out, put it back, twist it back in. See how easy this goes in or not. You got these little mounts right there. You got some grooves up here. And in order to get this to slide in, I loosened up that light like I showed you with the 3 bolts. So it'll fit in just like that. And then, it's a little tricky, but come on. All right, we got them both in. Bit of a pain in the ass if you ask me. Just remember, it's the outer side, this one. This is the LED. This is your halogen reverse light, and lefty loosey, righty tighty, and they pop right out. If you try and go the other way, probably break something. But let's make sure they work before we put the plastic cover back up. I'm the only one here, so we're going to put on the emergency brake so we don't go anywhere. Throw it in reverse. Try and be quick here. We got 1 work in reverse, 2 work in reverse. Job well done if you ask me. I'm going to go grab those clips for the cover, and then you just pop it back in. All right, so we got some universal ones. They're a different color, but they're the same size and shape. Like I said, we needed a 1, 2, and 3. So we were a little rough. I also got some new push rivets because I've taken them out a couple times and they're not broken, but they're only a couple bucks. So again, those just clip in. Boom. Boom. And boom. All right. So we're going to do our best. Dump out the old piece of the plastic. And we've got this little edge right here that needs to line up with these holes on there. So let's give it a whirl. You can kind of hear them clip as you go along. Just kind of doing it from memory a little bit of where they were at. I would say just press all along until it feels secure, and you should be all good to go. And those little edge I showed you will just nicely push right in there. And yep, we're all secure. We didn't break the cover, which is always a plus. 'Cause I'll tell you what, if you worked on older cars like I did when I was a teenager, these panels used to be such cheap plastic that they would just snap right off. Or they'd snap in half. And not only would you break those pop rivets, but sometimes you'd crack a whole panel. And it always seemed like those were the parts they loved discontinuing first on any given make and year, which obviously super annoying because then you just got a damaged panel. Let this truck go by. Get out of here, guy. Anyway, then you'd have to go, yep, well, these are a little big because they're technically for a fender. So, we'll just use the old ones. Like I said, they aren't broke. They're starting to loosen up over time because they are plastic. But they just pop in, and then you push in the center to lock, like that. Now those are seated. That's all secure. And just like anything else you take apart, it just kind of goes back in the reverse. Grab this screwdriver. Tell you what, these are awesome. I've got a little hand drill from Milwaukee too, but that's not really necessary on something like this. You don't want to tighten it too hard and strip it out. This will just, it's got little clips on the side, and they should just pop right back in. It's a little bit, but when you get that screw tightened in, it'll keep it nice and secure. And here we go. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. You can kind of go around, and it's the whole lift gate that's shaking, not the panel, which tells me, as well as this is all nice and lined up over here, and that's it. Honestly, if I had the money, I'd probably let a shop do it, just because it's 100 degrees out here. I'm in the shade and there's a little breeze today, which is nice, but it's a pain in the ass on these new cars. I mean, you take something like my 98 Dodge Ram, and it's literally 2, maybe 3 bolts. The whole light pops off, spins right out on the front or the tail lights. But these new cars, you just gotta take off panels, and it's really tight, just like working on any other part of this car. But do what you got to do. Keep your mechanics still sharp, even as you're getting older. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And if you like this kind of content, like, share, subscribe, all the fun things that we do. I don't do everything on this car, but I do a lot. And on my truck, I mean, it's an old truck, always needs work, so expect to see some more of that too. So, till next time, keep turning wrenches.